Hello friends, welcome to the Word Cloud Tarot Show. Today is the 14th of December 2020 and the show has been boosted on Facebook a little bit this month, so the question that I'm going to ask is, should we continue with Facebook boosting? It's had mixed results certainly, and so we're going to do a tarot reading about those results and decide whether we should continue. We're going to use the Word Cloud Tarot deck, which is the deck I designed. It's designed to be the easiest deck to read in the whole of Tarotdom. As you can see, the meanings of each card is written on the card in plain English in a word cloud, so that you don't have to spend hours looking up the cards in books while you're learning, and you don't have to memorize different meanings of different arcane images. All you need to do is to be able to read. The question we're asking the cards today about whether or not I should continue with Facebook advertising is a request for guidance. And a good spread to use when you're requesting guidance is the horseshoe spread. The horseshoe spread as a path of destiny which is interrupted by a moment of guidance. Oh dear. Which is interrupted by a moment of guidance that changes the path of destiny. So will the cards change the path of my destiny with regards to Facebook advertising? Let's find out with a card that represents the past, and one represents the future, and one that represents the present, and one represents guidance and indifference, influence even, obstacles and outcome. The first of these cards is the one that represents the past, and that card is the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is known as disappointment. It stands for desperation and gloom and despondency and misfortune. Certainly in the past so far, my Facebook boosts have generated less income than it's cost to spend them, never mind profit. They've generated hate from the trolls. And they have not generated a lot in the way of love. So perhaps that is describing the past, but what describes the present? The present is described by the Five of Wands. Strife. Now the strife card represents competitors and stress and upheavals and disquiet and tension. And of course, our boosts on Facebook have attracted a lot of attention from people saying it's a scam, or that there's been people saying that I'm claiming to be psychic, which is obviously ridiculous because there's no such thing as magic. And then other people claiming that I'm disrespecting the tarot by trying to give mundane physical explanations of how it actually works. There's been strife on the page as a result of this boosting for sure. The future card, that is the seventh trump card, which is known as the Chariot. The Chariot is, of course, a vehicle for taking a journey, and as such it represents journeys and travel, and it represents confidence and transportation and movement and efficiency. So it seems that the future, maybe that means I should move to a different platform, or that maybe that means I should move up my Facebook advertising. Let's find out and see what the guidance of the cards have to offer is. The guidance card is the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords means peace. It represents a stalemate as well as a deliberately brokered peace. It can represent an end to conflict. It can represent some solitude and feelings of anger, or contemplating semantics or theory. Lots of different things that this could be recommending, but it seems it recommends that we end the fighting at least. Now, what influences will there be on Facebook advertising of the tarot decks? There is also the Two of Cups, which represents love. The card means imbalance and balance. It means connectedness. It means relations, of course. It means companionship and lifelong peace. Love and respect and strength are things that will be an influence on all of the tarot readings that we do, whether we advertise or not. What obstacles will there be in our path? Well, the obstacles card represented by the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is happiness. It seems odd to think of happiness as being an obstacle, but the card also represents comfort and loyalty and warmth and gratitude and plentiful, bountiful delight and empathy and assurance. This is a strange card to have as an obstacles, but let's see what the final outcome card is likely to tell us. The final outcome is the Six of Trumps. The Six of Trumps is known of lovers. It doesn't only refer to sexual lovers. It can also refer to the love between friends or the love between colleagues, though it can refer to affairs, of course. It can also refer to federation between businesses or an agreement between, for instance, me and the Facebook Incorporated Limited. So it's time to examine the cards and see if there's any kind of summary that can be had. Let's see. Yes, it's clear what's going on. Facebook advertising has been unprofitable and disappointing. It's bringing in strife from all those who think I make magical and physical claims, and from those who think that I ought to be making magical and physical claims, rather than saying that the tarot is simply real, not magic. Facebook promises that eventually, with enough effort and zeal, there would be some movement from the Chariot. But the cards recommend making peace. They say that with peace would come love and tranquility in place of the strife and the disappointment. It would bring the influence of love into my life more. They say that the obstacle would be happiness, which might seem difficult to understand, but I think it means that the complacency and the comfort and serenity that you can get from being too happy with not having any strife could be a danger. However, you could lose focus. However, the ultimate outcome will be the lovers and new business partnerships, perhaps, with me forming advertising relationships in new places. So that seems to be quite clear, doesn't it? The cards seem to think I should stop giving Facebook money. I do have some ideas for next year, which these three cards do hint at to a surprising degree. So there'll be more to think of those next year. But for now, without me giving any money to Facebook, it's up to you, ladies and gentlemen. It's up to you to like and subscribe and subscribe and share and generally boost the post for me, because I won't be able to. And right now, if you want to buy some of these cards, they are on sale, 15% off until Christmas. So go to wordcloudtarot.com or follow us on any of these social media sites, and we'll see you next time. And this one will not be boosted on Facebook. Bye bye.